how I do my food plots. I'm not like everybody else. So I took my 2-bottle plow yesterday and I plowed up all the fields that you're gonna see we're doing today. It took a long time and I didn't have anybody to help me film, so I just did it because it took most of the day yesterday. Because our big plow over here, it needs a cylinder, so I had to do what I had to do for the food plots and also hay fields. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of AccuForage AF acres, and then we're gonna be doing some turnips, some Lucky Leaf, which is their turnip mix is called Fall Frenzy, and then their clover mix I use is called Lucky Leaf. We're also going to try out some of their screening. We might even try some new stuff that Moss has mixed up in the bag. I'm not going to tell anything. You'll see eventually whenever we film it here what we're going to try doing. We're going to see if it works or not. So first we did this. Plowed up your fields. I personally don't spray my fields. Just my own preference. You know, people are going to say. If you want to with your clover, down the road you can always spray it to kill off all the weeds that are in the clover. With my turnips, it really doesn't get that bad. If you plow it under and you disc it really, really well, and it kills it off for the most part. That's just my personal thing I do. So the second thing I'm going to do is disc this. My disc get really nice and fine. And the last thing I'm going to do is call pack it first to make a seed bed, which you'll see over here. He call packs it and I make it so I have a really good seed bed. And after I'm done with that, I'll raise up the teeth and then I'll just call pack in the seed after I'm done. So that's the steps. You could either do fertilize after or in between your I usually just seed and fertilize, and then I call pack all that into the ground so it just germinates better. It's just my personal preference also. But today we're going to show the steps of disking, call packing, seeding, and fertilizing. So stay along and hopefully you enjoy it.
Plots today. Last couple years we've been running AccuForage's food plot mixes, and we've done some of their minerals and feed as well. But since we're now in a CWD zone where we kind of do our habitat management, we're not doing the feed, but we can still do the food plots. So this year we're going to run a couple different varieties of their stuff. This is probably our all-time favorite. It's Lucky Leaf. So basically it's just a clover chicory mix. The deer pound it, and we really only have to plant it every 3 to 5 years. You know, we've been averaging 4 years. That's really good average for when we plant it. So we're probably going to do an acre of this. And last year they came out with Out of Sight, and that is going to be a screening blend. Basically it's just giant sorghum. So we're just going to go through and use that as screening purposes for entering and exiting our food plots, or barricading roads or whatever we're going to need. Or if we get a big enough area, we might even just use it for bedding. It gets thick enough and it should do well. We're also doing AF acres, which is it's almost like they call it a haymaker blend. So basically it's like dual festoolium, which is a rye hybrid, and then there's bird's foot trefoil and also chicory in that as well. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to actually get the grain drill going once we get all of our plots. Cody already has them all chisel plowed. He's disking them right now, and then we're going to go through and call to pack. We're going to throw the seed down, whether we're just broadcasting it, which we'll do for everything but AF acres, and then we'll go through and lightly call to pack it back down once we got fertilizer and seed going. So all in all, we're probably looking at 3 to 4 acres today. So it's a lot of work, but Cody's doing real good while me and Caleb are sitting in the car filming them. Years ago when we started with AccuForage, we ended up doing food soil testing through them, and they actually, the owner is a soil scientist, so he's really smart at, you know, reading soil sample results and telling us what we do. He's very smart, and he recommended doing a 3-year plan. So we get a test, it says, you know, put this amount of fertilizer, this amount of lime on it, so then we divide that by 3, and we'll do all that through 3 years. So therefore we're not spending all this money on lime and fertilizer in 1 year and then have to go back next year and the year after that and do the same amount. This way we're building up the soil at a slower rate, which is great because you also don't want like magnesium lockup or any type of lockup to where your soil won't interact with the nutrients you're giving it. So we're doing that. So this new stuff will get that treatment the first round, and then like Cody has a couple other plots of clover that needs like the tail end of the soil requirements. So I've been doing some research for the last couple of years, and we're gonna try some peanuts this year. All I had to get was some raw peanuts and take the shell off of them, and we just gotta get them in the dirt now. So what the plan is, we're gonna use this PVC pipe, and this will help us hand plant a little bit. There's a 45-degree angle on them. Stick them right in the dirt, pop seed down, and then use your foot just to cover it. What do you think? We're gonna do 2 or 4 rows right down the middle of this. So this is gonna be the area with the most variety of food plots. So we're hoping that will deter the deer from eating all the peanuts.
There's the other 2. And moss is already the whole way up here. Master peanut planter.